don't tell anyone I showed you this. I'm thinking, you just showed me a flying saucer. Who am I going to tell it to? So he goes over and he unlocks the door, and this lieutenant colonel came in, and we were both majors, so he outranks us. And then there were two other guys, I think they were captains. And so the lieutenant colonel comes in and says, what's going on in here? What are you guys up to? And so this major...
Is the room just like dedicated to like feeding into wherever this UFO is located, or?
Well, it's a computer, a set of computer consoles. There were 4 people. There were 4 computer consoles. It didn't look any different from any other 4 computer consoles. But were you in the room
alone with the one guy?
I was alone with him for a total of maybe 15 minutes.
Yep.
But as soon as they knocked on the door and opened it, now there's 5 of us in there.
Before we get into that, one final question. Do you have any sense on the location of the craft, where you're feeding into in this?
No. Okay. If I were to guess, the Lockheed Skunk Works would be one of the tops of the list.
Sure.
Area 51 would be at the top of the list.
Yep.
I would think Wright-Patterson would be at the top of the list.
Usual suspects.
It could be a different location on Cape Canaveral that I don't know about. It could have been at the Dugway Proving Grounds or Tuele out there. Mm-hmm. I have no idea where it is.
Sure.
But it also gave me no indications where it was.
Yeah, fascinating. Wow. Okay, so you everybody storms into the room all of a sudden. So who's in the room at this point? It's you.
So me, the major that showed it to me, a lieutenant colonel, and I believe it was 2 captains. So the major says, well, I had this skin lesion that I thought might be cancerous, so I just wanted to show it to the doc, and that's why I closed the door for my privacy. Well, now everybody turns and looks at me, and I'm sitting there, I just saw a flying saucer.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen at this point. But my mind is racing. If there had been any degree of classification that was indicated on that video, I would have had to immediately report this guy, because if that had showed classified and he showed it to me in an improper fashion, I'm reporting him. But it didn't say classified. So I'm looking at him, and then I'm also thinking, well, this guy couldn't have found out about it unless somebody showed him. Now, if this lieutenant colonel showed him and I report it, then I'm also going to have to report the lieutenant colonel. I'm going to have to go up their chain of command. I'm going to have to go to his commander and say, they showed me a flying saucer video. Now then, if they came back in here and said, well, put it up on the screen, and nobody could find it, then my story would make me look like an idiot. Not only that, but when I got back to my clinic, I would have to go to my commander and say, Colonel, sir, sorry about that, but I just saw a flying saucer, and I reported it to security and to the chain of command. The general is probably going to hear about it, and then it's probably going to blossom from there with all of the people that are going to hear about this flying saucer. So I'm sitting there thinking, this is a career decision for me. So I just said, it wasn't cancer. Everything's fine. I got up and left. And
wow.
I booked it out of there. I got in my car.
Thinking on your feet.
I drove 30 minutes down to Patrick, and I'm thinking this whole time. And, I have heard pilots and astronauts talk about things they have seen that they failed to report. Well, as I'm driving down Highway A1A, I'm sitting there thinking, man, I'm going to join them. I am not going to report this thing.
So what makes you even higher conviction that that's the right thing to do? So obviously you don't want some big bureaucratic blow up you don't want this guy to get in trouble maybe because he was just trying to impress you, but you also,
Well,
you don't want to get like, you know, kind of drugged through the mud about like what you saw
Yeah.
and interrogated and that sort of thing.
If I went back and said I saw a flying saucer, I have no idea what it would have done to my career. So, you know, in 1992, you just didn't report flying saucers. It doesn't matter what you see. You can talk about it in the debrief, but when you write the debrief, you're not going to put that in there.
Did you get the vibe that the lieutenant colonel or, you know, the captain had any sense of, you know, what that room might be feeding into as far as footage of this, you know, UFO?
Since the computer screen was off when they came in, I have no knowledge then or now whether or not they had seen that video.
Right.
They might have seen it 30 minutes earlier and shown it to the major.
Right.
I don't know.
Does any part of you think that this could have been some sort of elaborate psyop?
If so, it was one of the most random things ever.
Right.
Because that was the only time I ever went to that building.
Yeah.
If I had been a little bit quicker in taking off my hair bonnet, my gloves, my lab coat, and my booties, and walked out at the same time as my escort, I don't think that guy would have even broached the
It never would
subject.
have happened.
Hey everyone, Jesse here. Let's talk about something a lot of us quietly deal with. Hair loss. This is something that messes with your confidence more than you'd expect. Okay, you might be wondering, Jesse, you clearly don't suffer from this. It's true. The biggest issue I face is hat hair. I actually have very thick hair, but one of my good friends deals with hair loss. So when iRestore sent me their iRestore Elite, I gifted it to him, and I've been amazed at the results it gave him. The first thing that stood out to him is it's comfortable and easy to use. You just pop it on while reading or working, and it does its thing. This isn't some gimmick. It uses 300 lasers and 200 LEDs to deliver clinically backed red light therapy straight to the scalp. This is the best way to stimulate hair growth. Over the past few weeks, I've seen noticeable improvement with my friend. He says that his hair feels thicker and healthier, and it's improved his overall confidence in life. The iRestore Elite uses triple wavelength technology and Lumitech red light therapy. It's engineered for deeper penetration and broader coverage. That means more stimulation to hair follicles and better, faster results. And look, if it doesn't work for you, they offer a 12-month money-back guarantee. I've never heard of a money-back guarantee that lasts that long. Try it consistently, and if you're not happy, they get you your money back. Of course, the restocking fee applies. That made it a no-brainer for my friend. So give yourself the gift of hair confidence this spring. For a limited time only, our listeners get a huge discount on iRestore Elite when you use code JESSE, J-E-S-S-E, at iRestore.com. Head over to iRestore.com and use code JESSE, J-E-S-S-E, for our show's exclusive discounts on the iRestore Elite. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hair loss is frustrating. You don't have to fight it alone, thanks to iRestore.
If I'm by myself, he mentions it. But if I'm with an EG&G escorts, I don't think he would bring it up in any way, shape, or form.
What do you think his incentive was to? Because it's like he didn't have a prior relationship with you, right? He didn't know who you were, essentially, right?
He knew who I was.
He knew you were.
I might have done his physical a year and a half before.
Okay,
but
you guys weren't close friends.
No, it's like when you're an ER doctor and you're busy all day long.
So you probably knew everybody.
You see the people, but there are times that if you're really busy, someone says, "What about the heart attack guy?" Well, do you mean the first one or the second one?
Sure.
And then 6 months later, somebody comes up to you in Walmart and says, "Hey, my shoulder's doing better." Okay, I don't know who that person is, but. You took care of my shoulder. Remember, you gave me an injection.
Yeah. So do you?
Well, yeah. I'm glad it feels better. It's doing better now. Yeah, it's really doing good.
So
okay.
a lot of these people probably have asymmetric relationships with you.
Oh,
like they're
absolutely.
very grateful to you, and then to you, it's like another number. One of 1,000 or whatever.
Well,
so this guy, have you thought of what his motives might have been as far as showing you this, camera feed?
Let's think about human basic nature. If somebody flips a pop bottle and it lands exactly on top and doesn't break and it doesn't fall over, and they say, wow, look what I did. Someone walking by, they say, hey, look what I did with the pop bottle. We as humans like to share things. There have been plenty of other times that when something happens, they say, hey, Doc, I know you're not supposed to watch this, but I know you work on the space shuttle, so that's okay. And so, when I was on the submarine, they took me into the sonar room.
That's a great example, yeah.
They were not supposed to take me into the sonar room.
Or let you drive the submarine.
Or drive the submarine.
Different parts of the brain have different activities.